First true road game of the season for the Badgers on Saturday. They made the trip down to Champaign to take on the Illinois Fighting Illini. We'll get you some highlights from the game here from some of the Badgers after the game in Champaign. And this week we'll check in with freshman running back Braylon Allen. He is a very well put together young man, both physically and, as you'll find out, the total package very, very impressive. We'll have our weekly sit down with head coach Paul Chryst, all coming up on today's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
Empty backfield again for the Illini on 3rd and 3 at their own 32. Peters to throw. Pressure coming, and down goes Brandon Peters. Leo Chanel and Noah Burks getting to the quarterback. Back at the 23-yard line, Illini territory. And the Badger D gets another 3 and out. Cormac Sampson lines up on the right side. Chanel wing left, motions to the backfield. And the give goes to Chanel, and John trying to push his way across, and he does. Touchdown, Wisconsin. John Chanel, the fullback, with another carry, and this time the Badgers get their first touchdown of the day. It's 9-0 with 5:27 left in the second quarter. Chanel and Malusi, the backfield combo now. Davis wide right. Pryor to the left, misdirection toss. Malusi to the 15, turns up middle of the field to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Chaz Malusi bouncing off defenders, takes it to the end zone from 15 yards away. On 1st and 10, Mertz pulls back. He'll hand to Allen. Up the middle, slipping to his right. Breaks a tackle at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Braylon Allen, 23 yards away. And the Badgers are pulling away late in the third quarter. Play fake Mertz, back to throw, lines up. He's a deep right side. DK got it. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Met behind the line of scrimmage and thrown down by Leo Chanel. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Kendrick Pryor. Mertz floats it deep left side. Dropped it in the bucket. There is a big, big win for the Wisconsin Badgers.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Hard work, sweat, knowledge in your own 2 hands. These are the tools that build Wisconsin. Leave your mark on the real world with zero debt and higher pay. All from day one. It's time to do work that works for you. Learn more at buildingwisconsintogether.com.
On this game day, Good Foods Guacamole would like to salute all you players, no matter what you seem to be playing. You, sir, are a winner. You, ma'am, triumphant, and thumbs up to whatever it is you're doing. So let's hoist a guac-laden chip to all you players out there. Good Foods Guac, made from the freshest avocado and the cleanest ingredients. So here's to all the players and whatever game it is they're trying to play. Game day is Guac Day. Good Foods Guac.
Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
Kind of a starting point in where we want to go this season, where we want to finish. So today was a big win for us. Just the amount of work that we put in this week really, I think, came on display tonight, and something that we want to keep doing going forward.
I was talking with him last night for a while. He came into my room, and we were just having a real talk. And then today, he had his fumble. I went over to the sideline. I'm like, dude, like, how are you gonna respond, man? Like, I just threw a pick. And in my mind, like, I've been through it. I've had all those things I've learned from, and he comes back and scores. And I'm so proud of his mindset and the way he attacks.
Today, we didn't come in with a mindset of, we want to get this many yards, or we want to do this, or we want to score this many points. It was just kind of like, forget everything else. Let's just go out and just beat the brakes off guys. And, that's kind of the mindset the group came in with, and I think that reflects how the game went.
No, just playing with the lead just opens up your defense so much more, because now you kind of can, all right, they're going to run this and this because they need to come back into the game. So it really opens up the defense a lot more, which is awesome.
The all honest truth is winning is hard in college football. It's not easy. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time and effort to go out and play and do what we just did tonight. So we should celebrate it. We should enjoy it, but we got to do it again.
Jimmy and our defense coaches put together a good plan, and our kids, they bring it to life. I think they're playing with great energy, and one thing that we kind of challenge everyone, our defense has been playing well, and let's give them a lead.
I thought this week, it would have been easy for guys to come in 1-3 and not, kind of not go a full out. But this week it was intense practice days, physical practice days, and I just loved how we bounced back. And we know though, hey, now it's on to the next week. It's on to Army next week, and so we're gonna have to have another great week of practice.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.
It's always interesting, no matter the sport, to talk with coaches and what drives them. First, what gets them into the profession. And I bring that up because there are some relatively young coaches on the current staff, including Ross Kalaji, Paul, who obviously played here, Rose Bowl champions, NFL, strength and conditioning. He looks like someone who's born to do this. I mean, some guys evolve. I don't know if there's such a thing as a template anymore, but if you watch him in camp or in practices, it kind of seems like he's where he should be right now on a coaching staff developing defensive linemen.
Yeah, it does feel like that, and it's I've been fortunate personally to be able to work with Ross for a long time, and I've loved for our players to have the opportunity to work with Ross, in that capacity, and certainly had a lot of respect for the way he coached in the weight room. And you think about, the strength coach, he's touching every person. And so these guys had worked with him, but the passion that he has and the way that he can teach to where it's really clean and you can follow it. And he's not trying to impress you with his knowledge, but really they're gaining so much knowledge they don't feel it. It's just this. He has a great way to kind of break it down. It's been really good being able to see him, and like I said, I feel great for our players to be able to have Ross as their coach, and I think you're seeing it in their performances, and it's been fun. You got a guy like Matt Hennessy who's played a lot of football, but I think it's something new in the way Henny's playing, and then you can go all the way down to the younger guys. It's been a lot of fun to watch Ross.
I know we've joked over the years when somebody says, hey, I really like to coach, and we go, really? You sure you want to do this? Maybe that's what people told you when you first got into this as well. But now, having been in it as long as you have, if you're to give one or two pieces of advice for someone who tells you that I would like to coach, you say, that's great, but understand what?
Yeah, that's I think understanding the why. Why do you want to get into coaching, and what is it that's really fueling that? And I think your best coaches, their why is that they love the game, but they really want to invest in others so they can help them experience kind of the fullest of the game. And I hadn't really thought of it like that. It sounds awfully deep or something, but it really is. You know, if you're doing it just to try to get somewhere, I think it can be a hard profession for you. You know, and I was fortunate to have a lot of experiences, but every one that I had, I felt like this is awesome. You know, I remember I am fortunate to be able to do this, and I think it'd be hard to go through kind of all that you have to go through, and everyone's path's a little bit different, and some certainly deservedly so have different paths, you know, but it's I think you have to be in it for the right reasons, in my opinion.
Is that you have a nephew, Keller Chryst, who's a graduate assistant now, who played college football, played quarterback. Did you guys have, or I would imagine your brother Jeep did, saying, okay, why? What is it about this that attracts you to wanting to give this a shot?
Yeah, you do have them with, you know, whether it's Keller or a couple of years ago with Scott Tolzien or any of those that are coming in. And certainly Keller, you know, he grew up kind of on the other end of that. So he knows what it's like to be the son of a coach. And, you know, talking about Scott Tolzien, when he's just done playing and he's trying to figure it out. And they're well aware of really the pluses and the minuses of it all. And so I think that, you know, it takes each one a little bit different to get there. But once they do, and once they truly know this is what I want to pursue, it's fun to see them develop.
Scotty was a guy that just even from the outside looking in, I'm thinking, boy, when this guy's done playing, whenever that might be, this seems like a natural fit, provided the family is all on board.
Right.
Did you get a sense of that with Scotty, or maybe some other guys too who have played here? Like, yeah, if that's what he wants to do, this could work out for him.
Absolutely, you do, and you do sense that. And you know, Scott's wife Megan, she's tremendous and supportive of anything that he wants to do. And there's a group of guys that you bet on. Like if he wants to do it, he'll be great. You know, we were talking earlier about Brooks Bollinger, you know, and Brooks had, and you'd bet on him. You know, we've referenced him a few times here, but, you know, Jack Sitchy's been around. I don't know that he'll go into coaching, but if that's the path he wanted to choose, tremendous. You know, you could put Chris Orr in that group. You could put Dari Ogunbowale into that group. You know, there's so many guys that if that's the path they want to follow, you know, you would bet on them so confident that they would be tremendous at it. And yet you also know that no matter what it is that they choose to pursue, they'd be extremely successful.
You know, Jim Leonard is somebody who kind of jumped right in,
Yep.
right, as a secondary coach and eventually coordinator. Would I be right in assuming, Paul, in your case, because it was as a GA up the ladder, that you wouldn't have had it any other way? This was the route that was perfect for you to get to where you are?
Yeah, I think that, you know, everyone's going to have a different route. And I also believe that there is value, you know, like the route that Jim took. I mean, he was with a number of different teams, and the position that he played and how he went about it. And I still remember when he would come back in the off season and the time he would spend with any player that really wanted to. So you saw, obviously, the knowledge part of it. You also saw and felt and witnessed the teaching part of it. And for him, I think once he was done playing, needed to try to have that little bit of time, much like, you know, Sitch is going through, Sky kind of went through it. You know, what do I want to do? And once he said, this is what I want to do, you were pretty confident that he was ready for it. And therefore, for him to go the other path, it wouldn't have made sense. You know, a lot of the things that I was able to learn as a GA, there's others that have learned those same lessons. And then it's a matter of just when you get the opportunity that fits you.
Yeah, no doubt. Selfishly speaking, when you see all these guys after their careers are done here, no matter what they're doing with their jobs, their families, that's always fun. But when you can get that special instance where someone comes back to coach, you know, that's a pretty cool thing, too. We'll take a break. We have more to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
Compeer Financial has always been there for our clients and communities in any situation. And our support continues today as our clients work relentlessly to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. Compeer is proud to continue our strong commitment to our clients, the rural communities where they live, and to agriculture. We're here to help meet the financial needs of rural America, and we'll navigate through this together.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
I think it's safe to say it was a pleasant surprise for fans who follow Wisconsin football when they heard that Braylon Allen was going to reclassify and join a team for the 2021 season, and already making an impression. And Braylon, I'm sure you've gone through the story, have been asked about this before, but for those who are becoming familiar with you, what was that process like? Was it an easy decision to just go ahead and jump ahead and start your college life now, or what all went into that?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall it was a pretty easy decision for me. I just felt physically I was ready to come to college early, and I mean, I had the grades and the credits to graduate early, so kind of just talked it over with my counselor and my family, and we all thought that it would be a good decision for me and my future, and I don't regret it at all. I'm very happy where I'm at right now, and right now just working on expanding my role and getting back on track with this team.
People started to get familiar with you, I would imagine, by just looking at social media, some of your weight room work. When did that really start to, I want to use the word blow up, but obviously you're chiseled. When did it really hit you, like, I kind of like what the results are? When did that really get rolling for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think for people that start working out, that's kind of the main thing for everyone is the changes that they see in their body. And for me, it was, I didn't touch a weight till summer going into my freshman year. Obviously, you're not going to see results immediately, but I'd say they came fairly quick. I mean, after about a few months, I was really starting to see significant changes in my body to where, it was just kind of motivating. And I realized that it was something that I could keep pushing myself to do and, make great strides and, see myself develop in that way. So I started taking it very seriously. And at my high school, we had, the huge record board. Mm-hmm. And that was a big goal for me, was to take down every name on that record board in my weight class, and almost got it done, but just didn't have enough time. But yeah, I mean, overall, like, just really seeing changes in even my person, like the way that I carried myself kind of came from working in the weight room and just overall confidence. So yeah, I mean, still working, still trying to make those big gains, and it just makes you better overall.
You mentioned in your first answer about just learning the nuances of playing tailback here. Talk us through that. What are some of the things that you've been able to pick up on, and maybe even every day in practice you start to feel more and more comfortable with?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, all credit goes to Coach Brown. I mean, I hadn't really taken running back seriously since I was in 6th or 7th grade. So basically I came in here with really no knowledge of the position at all, just kind of knowing how to run the ball. And so just kind of becoming a college running back was a process for sure. It was a little difficult at first to pick up, I mean, especially in an offense like this. But I mean, it's come along pretty smoothly, especially towards the end of camp, beginning of the season. I'm really starting to kind of feel comfortable with it, and I'm getting it down. So yeah, all thanks goes to Coach Brown. He basically built me up from square one. I mean, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know that there was certain footwork to take on certain schemes of running the ball and stuff like that, and then all the protections and stuff. It was way more complicated than I expected. But yeah, I mean, he's done a great job with me. I can't thank him enough.
Well, people obviously really started to think of you on the offensive side of the ball after your spring season. in high school. I was like 14 yards a carry. So for somebody who doesn't understand the position, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But based off the spring season, that kind of lit things up in your own mind, saying, I like defense, but this running back thing might not be a bad thing
Absolutely.
for me.
I committed summer of 2020, and obviously that was as a safety, and that was the plan all the way until I played that spring season. And then the thoughts kind of started creeping into my mind a little bit. Obviously with most of the tailbacks being out during spring ball, it was something that it came up. We don't have any running backs right now, so it definitely started creeping into my mind as my season went on. And then you just look at the history of running backs that Wisconsin's had, and I was a fan of all those guys. Melvin Gordon's still my favorite Badger to this day. And it's kind of like I could see myself playing running back here. That's what I wanted to do growing up, was play running back at Wisconsin, and so for that to come true was really cool for me. But I feel like this was the perfect system for me. If I was gonna play running back anywhere, it would be here. So just figured might as well.
You mentioned Melvin Gordon. You watch him. What stands out? What do you think? I like him because of what? What is it about him that really impresses you?
I think the easy answer for me is he ran for 408 yards.
In three quarters.
Three quarters. That was kind of really, a lot of people don't know, but that was kind of what brought me to the sport. Like, I was playing football already, but I didn't really like it. To be honest, I was more of a big wrestler growing up. So when I saw that kind of locked me into the sport of football. And like I said, I wanted to be a running back at Wisconsin. And but besides that, he's just a very physical runner. He's not too big, but he's a bit bigger. He had the best stiff arm I ever saw. Growing up, I took a lot of things from his game. I would literally ride my bike to the library just to watch Melvin Gordon highlights on the computer, and then go to practice later that day and bring out the stiff arm and jumping over guys on the sideline, stuff like that. So a lot of things I like about him.
Have you had a chance to correspond with him much?
I have. I messaged him on Instagram, and he actually got back to me and gave me his number and everything. So talked to him a little bit.
That's pretty awesome. They talk a lot about the culture of the program, and you just mentioned one of the great running backs this school's ever seen. The locker room culture now, I would imagine even though Ches Malusi came from Clemson, he's been around the block a little bit. Has that been a big thing for you, having some of the older guys? It doesn't even have to be in the running back room necessarily. Do you feel like they've taken you in and made you feel a part of the family from the very beginning?
Oh, absolutely. As soon as I stepped foot on campus, it just felt like home. Everyone was very welcoming and giving me advice and offering help, stuff like that. And like you said, not even in the running back room, but guys like Graham, who would literally bring me out here in the indoor and just take me over the run tracks and routes that we run as running backs. Just a lot of little things that have helped me make such a big step in, as a running back in such a short amount of time. Just a lot of guys doing little things for me that have ultimately helped me out.
Yeah, fun to watch. I know the best is yet to come. His career's just getting started. That's Braylon Allen. Stay with us. We have more to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
Hard work, sweat, knowledge in your own two hands. These are the tools that build Wisconsin. Leave your mark on the real world with zero debt and higher pay. All from day one. It's time to do work that works for you. Learn more at buildingwisconsintogether.com.
On this game day, Good Foods Guacamole would like to salute all you players, no matter what you seem to be playing. You, sir, are a winner. You, ma'am, triumphant, and thumbs up to whatever it is you're doing. So let's hoist a guac-laden chip to all you players out there. Good Foods Guac, made from the freshest avocado and the cleanest ingredients. So here's to all the players and whatever game it is they're trying to play. Game day is Guac Day. Good Foods Guac.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com.
We thank Braylon Allen for joining us on this week's show. And of course, as always, we appreciate spending time with head coach Paul Chryst. Back home, and one final non-conference game for the Badgers coming up Saturday night as they take on Army. Kickoff at Camp Randall Stadium set for 7 o'clock. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
This has been a presentation from Learfield.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.